Step number 5 of motivate yourself to succeed. Overcome obstacles and naysayers. Part 7 out of 7 for this step. Now, while it's good to have perspectives from different people, stand your ground. Appreciate the input, but the challenges for pursuing and living your dream will teach you more about life than any other experience. Everything that you do during the process will define you, so make the journey really count. Honestly, with where you're going, you should know chasing your dream and going for it all, that it's only par for the course that people might give you, they might give you about the decisions you make or feel threatened in some way, shape, or form. Knowing that, that's their problem, not yours. Their discomfort is actually a sign you're on the right track, doing your own thing. Years ago, I took a class on how to spark a career breakthrough. The instructor, a career performance coach, passed out a questionnaire that I responded to honestly and fairly quickly. In fact, I was the first person to turn mine in. We sat around in this circle and he just handed out this form and we filled it out. He proceeded to read what I turned in while waiting for the others. Upon reading it, he looked up and said, and everyone knew it was about me because I was the first person to turn it in. He said this, "Well, this guy seems to have life all figured out. I don't know why he's even in my class. This person is obviously totally in denial of what he might really need to work on. He'll never get hired." Wow. His face turned to shades of purple and red as he professed that his class would invariably be a total waste of time for me. At first, I couldn't figure out what his problem was. Then it hit me. He seemed to resent the fact that maybe I didn't need his help, although I did sign up for the class to see what it was about and what else could I learn. No harm, no foul, right? From his response openly and publicly to the entire class, was I annoyed with the instructor, embarrassed or discouraged? For a short while, I didn't know what to think, but then again it hit me. And this is really, really big. If I'm not making people feel uncomfortable as I grow, do, and be, if I'm not making people feel that way, uncomfortable, a little mad, a little upset, then guess what? I'm not doing my job, being me and who I am. If my presence or my work ethic scares you, great. I'm glad. Perhaps you need that stimulation to get off your can or out of your comfort zone or frankly out of my way. Sheesh. My self-worth personally determines my self-esteem, and no one can sabotage my positive outlook on life, and nobody can do that to you either. I will always choose not to waste my energy in trying to prove myself to small minds and small people, and neither should you. The instructor was right about one thing. I didn't need his help. I finished the class. I met a few nice people. I walked out confidently knowing I already was on my own career breakthrough. I was in charge of my destiny. Thank you very much. I was just there in the class for whatever I could learn at the time. Who thought it was going to be a crime just to tell the truth about my direction, thoughts, and feelings about where the heck I'm going with my world and my life? Geesh. Are you fighting with someone over your dream pursuit? Why is that? On one hand, make sure you're not stepping on any toes on your way up or spending too much time away from those who love you and depend on you if you have a family or something, or using someone else's resources without just compensation in return. Be accountable. We want to be that. But on the other hand, if someone doesn't see your vision and argues with you about it, they can't get along with the idea of you changing or something, then you might need to consider leaving that scene temporarily or for good. Most folks around you just might not get what you're doing, but care about your happiness enough to let you be to pursue what you're after, so long as it doesn't harm them or anyone. Great. That's what you really want, to be left alone. There are those, though, in the 5% bracket who really find it difficult to deal with what you're doing. Your decisions scare them. They worry about you, about losing you. Depending on the relationship that you have with them, you can either reassure them everything is going to be okay, or maybe it's best that you take some time away to work on what it is you're working on and then return. Or not. It's up to you. Your call. Be kind to others as they know not what's on your mind or what you're thinking. Show some compassion towards them in that sense. When it's all over and you've reached the top of your mountain, you still might want to maintain those relationships. We don't want to burn any bridges. Remember, it's no fun to party alone when the time comes to celebrate your success and hard work. So, be nice to others on your way up to the top. Also, of course, stand your ground no matter what you decide. You'll have to defend your dream pursuits all the way to the top. And even when you get there, know that. Prepare for it. Deal with it. And then move on. No big deal. Just part of being successful. Goes with the territory. Be assertive without being aggressive. Express your desires while respecting the needs of others. And you'll have a better chance of getting what you want and deserve. Have you heard of this expression before? It's hard to fly with the eagles when you're hanging around a bunch of turkeys. I love that. It's hard to fly with the eagles when you're hanging around a bunch of turkeys. So true. Friends and family are wonderful when there's a party or a celebration to go to. But when it comes down to you working on something for you to advance yourself, even if they benefit from it in the long run, they act like a bunch of turkeys and they go nuts. Well, turn a kind and deaf ear to their comments and mind them no attention at all. In doing so, that alone might be what's necessary to quiet them down. The more quiet you are about your working on and the stuff you're doing, the more quiet they'll be in return, because they have nothing to talk about because you didn't talk about anything, which is good. You want quiet time to work on your dream. Another great idea when dealing with the naysayers: out of sight, out of mind. When you're working, keep your plans to yourself. Work at night, weekends. Work away from the mainstream. Go to an offbeat place at off-peak hours and let the quality of time and place be your inspiration. Get away so you can just get stuff done. Out of sight, out of mind. Does wonders for your productivity. Only talk to folks when you have something positive to show. I remember I was writing a new book, and I knew if I shared that with folks, they'd go crazy, and not like in the good way. They would probably respond with, "Another one? What about the first 4 or 5 you wrote? Are you marketing those yet? Why are you writing another one? Have you made money with any of your books?" Oh my word. So instead, I waited until I had the book proof actually in hand from the printer to show them. Their response was completely different. "Wow, another one? Oh, this looks great. So now what are you going to do?" Show folks something after you've done it, after you've completed it. Do not discuss anything before its completion. Let the physical presence of something do the talking for you and not your mouth. Some people might say that they're happy for you. They support you in your dreams, but secretly, behind the scenes, perhaps even unconsciously, they really hope you fail. They're hoping your failure will prove them right. It proves that fear is holding them back from becoming successful. Be mindful these people may even engage in secret tactics to sabotage your ambitions with doubt, sarcasm, mockery, teasing, to ensure that their flimsy egos don't get hurt. It happens. Just be mindful of it and a little on the lookout. While you're pumped and naturally excited about the journey you're on, just prepare yourself for the emotional and the mental turbulence ahead, which includes the demeaning voices from others and even the ones inside your own head. Listen to what you're saying to yourself each day. You want to feel good about what you're doing, and you want to feel good about yourself and the things that are going on in your life. What you say in your mind will determine also how you feel about who you are and who you are meant to become. To that, I say, rock on with that. But those little voices in your head, just say, "Thanks, but no thanks, get out of here. Bye, see ya, go, scram." Whew. Okay, by now, you should have some idea for handling those people that aren't as supportive as you'd like to or you need them to be. So quit trying to explain yourself and your vision. You are the only person you need to convince that you can do something. When it's time and victory has appeared or something tangible you can show for your progress, only then Show others the path that got you on your way to your goal. Show them, don't tell them. And here's a little quote for you. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. No. And you're not in this world to live up to mine. Yeah. I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations, and you're not in this world to live up to mine. There you go. So that concludes a lot of insight and how-to information on how to deal with and overcome obstacles and naysayers. Hey, I hope you got a lot out of that, because I tell you what, I live by and think like this, all this information on how to overcome obstacles and naysayers. I live by this information every single day, and a day doesn't go by where I don't have to recall or call upon a tactic or, an outlook or a perspective or, let's see, how do I deal with this person? I already know. And because I'm able to dodge their BS or something, I'm able just to get things done better, faster, more efficiently, more effectively. And as I said earlier, nothing stops me. Nothing stops you. No obstacle and no naysayer. All right. Come on, let's tune into the next audio section called Step Number 6. Observe what's working and what's not. Come on, you're doing great.